Everyone, it's Garrison here and welcome back to the channel, and today I am super hyped up right now because I'll be checking out Drippin's newest song here called Zero, the music video for an all. Now, I do want to apologize for being slightly late to this release. As some y'all can tell, I'm doing a little bit of catching up after my trip of convocation and my graduation ceremony, but here we have Zero. It wasn't too long since I've checked out anything related by Drippin. Actually, it was like over a week-ish since I checked out their third mini album called Villain. What a brilliant era, and don't even get me started about their B-side called Delusion. As you guys saw that video, I went crazy for that B-side, but I'm sort of getting ahead of myself here because for Zero, I'm sure this has to be something even better building off of Villain, because so far with each and every title track release, it seems like Drippin have been topping themselves with every comeback. It's just a matter of time of more people getting into Drippin, and also slightly, of course, the marketing side from Will.im. But aside from that, enough talk. Let's just get into the music video for Zero now. Alright, so I brought it up here, Zero by Drippin. I got the English captions on and all for it, but let's go. Gotta love the intro. Whoa! What? What is with this start though? But hey, I'm loving it so far. No. Okay. Chang'e, right? Yeah. The Donghyun? Hey, Alex. What a verse one. This pre-chorus with Yun song though. Ooh. Man. Oh. This drum kit work though. Man, I love the rock influences in this, but especially how daring everything is sounding so far. Oh, the verse 2 with Alex. Man, this pre-chorus though, I just love how it allows us to focus on the vocals. Damn! Wow! That is mad catchy. And just seeing them truly throw on a performance here with the choreo here and there is so good. Okay! Wow! This dance break here during this like interlude, I believe. Whoa! Is this the same song now? Storyline though. Yeah. Whoa! Wow, the intensity in this song is everything, to the ripping of the guitar and all. And very fitting, wrapping it up with Junho. Wow. But man, oh man. Okay, let me say this right away. Like, sure, you know, we have the retro trend, we have the rock trend, and when it comes to both of those trends, quite similarly, not so often you see like groups or soloists or artists take it to the full like intensity, like on a scale from 1 to 10, like taking it to a literal 10. This, guys, again, what I've just witnessed here, Drippin topped themselves, but like this is clearly hands down my favorite song and title track by Drippin upon first listen. Now, as some of you may know, I, for one, in terms of taste and bias, don't mess with these kind of songs that like are very aggressive and in your face. And mind you, this song could have took that route completely, and to the point where it's too much, right? Like, let's say it could have been more of this aggressive rap. It could have had that outro, that finale finisher throughout the entirety of the song, because I've heard songs go like that before. The electronic elements could have been overtuned, but man, none of that happened. We just had what I truly know, like the bread and butter of Drippin, is that they have a perfect balance between rap and vocal work. And I love how, when it comes to the vocal work, nothing is completely changed or muddied out into the water, right? It's clear, it's evident, you know who's singing that moment, you know who's rapping during these sections and verses. And the vocal processing, it works, it sticks. It's not, the vocal processing for this is not like all the time in unison, which I hear a lot, evidently, throughout many of the releases these days. And man, oh man, just how the energy in this, the aggressive energy, the bombastic production and composition of this song is phenomenal from start to finish, and how it builds up for that let loose, explosive moment. Now, where do I begin song structure wise and arrangement wise? I really loved, I believe we started with like an intro, one-liner intro that's maybe, I don't know, it's debatable, part of the refrain at the beginning. I'm gonna have to point it out, but I love how that sets the mood. It sets everything in this song. It sets it up so perfectly. And then we go into that verse 1 right away. Now, keep in mind, when it comes to rap, it is very risky to have it near the start of the song, or to start the song, and thankfully it did not start the song. It was after the refrain. That is the opening. It seems like so far these releases, it's either an intro or a refrain that's doing the opening for these title tracks these days, which I'm digging a lot, being more creative arrangement and song structure wise. But when we get in that first verse, and the amount of members coming through with rap, and starting with Junho, got me even more shocked. In that kind of succession of who came after another was spectacular. But then, okay, I was like, okay, this is very, okay, I'm feeling it. What takes it to that whole different level is that pre-chorus. I think more specifically, the pre-chorus, the first pre-chorus, not the second one that's going on in the song, but the very first one at the beginning after verse 1. And Yunsong, as some of you guys are familiar with Drippin, isn't it just fitting to see Yunsong leading that pre-chorus so angelically and got me reminiscent of like early gen idols who has like his kind of charisma that was shown in Zero here, right? I'm gonna say it right away here. Like, I'm not sure if you guys may feel what I'm gonna say here, but like, I feel like we got a splice of two worlds. Like, the current trending elements and instruments utilized in this, yet a throwback of like first and second gen. Now, mind you, second, you know, it's a third gen for song wise, but performance wise, especially by Yunsong, is like first gen, second gen, right? I love just the presence that he shows during the pre-chorus and the outfit that he has on too. It works so much for him. Like, I'm talking about reminiscent of like Shinhwa, HOT kind of charisma, presence that he has. And that speaks levels. That speaks whole different levels, guys. Like, I haven't seen that kind of presence in ages. Like, for quite some time now from these newer groups coming out of the generation of Drippin. And it is just great seeing him like that. But then, I'm gonna have to point out a later part where I'm like, wow, this got me reminiscent of like the BAP days, like Warrior, but it not necessarily in terms of the same flow and syllable delivery kind of work, but like that grit, you know, and then the certain emphasis on the end of the lines and stuff like that. Another member, okay, that I've got to say that truly stood out to me is Alex. My man's Alex continues to surprise me with his approach. And as I say this time and time again, for those who are not familiar with my Drippin reviews and reactions, when I talk about approach, I'm not talking about flow necessarily. I'm talking about how the respective individual jumps onto the beat of the song. And how he plays around with it is so cool by Alex, and that like extra large, extra the rhyme scheme that's going on, and the fact that we did not just only have that very aggressive rap at the beginning that's quite sharp like a razor blade. We got it in that verse too, evidently. That is more so brief with it, and I think that works. Let me take a sip of my coffee here before we dive into the second watch and listen, because I'm literally hearing Song of the Year material and seeing it, even though like this kind of style's not up my alley. Like, sure, it has the rock influences, but like this is a clear 10 out of 10. Hooks, production wise, composition and all, and most importantly longevity, which I express a lot throughout my videos. Yeah, let's go back from the beginning here. Just the beginning with the guitar that like rips through everything that's going on in the song, from just start and setting the tone for this is everything, and the explosion behind Juno. I can be zero, I can be one. And then like it's this snare, right? It's at some points where I feel like, oh my goodness, it feels like a really loud wood block or something. But man, I love how it's keeping the pace ever so slightly. And everyone's looking so cool, and oh my, zero, I can be one. Right amount of syllables. Man, you see this? You see this? That's a professional at its finest right there. Wow. Yeah, some electronic elements here, but man, these lines here are so good. etc. I'm willing to be extra. You see what he did here? Extra more, extra large, extra special. Like, nothing feels, it doesn't even feel cheesy to me with that line. And then, wow, Yun Song. Oh my goodness, he's truly the moment in this part. Like, I can't keep my eye, oh my goodness. Just a lighting setup in this scene here. And then the sleeves, oh my goodness. The accessories that he has on. I think this is the part. Yeah, that's the part where I'm like, wow. He has like the presence of like the first and like second gen idols. You see this? Just, oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Slight head tilt. Just the movement of his feet, bringing out here. Even his hairstyle got me reminiscent. Or there's a simple split. I just noticed that, like, lizard in this MV. We can go up. Man. I love how there's emphasis on the up part. Do. I'm gonna have to hone in and identify. Yeah, the horns there, right? Yeah, either a wood block, some type of distorted snare, or like, man, I can't believe this song is getting me so lost because it's just that good. Or quite the solid cowbell, but and just the ticking of the hi-hats. We can go up. And just the range that they're utilizing in this song. We can go down. Zero, 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 zero. Zero, 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 zero. Guys, I don't know how they're gonna top this. Like, this is crazy. This is literally setting the bar. Yeah, standard. Yeah, I love this. This is, pay attention here, right? We go into this verse 2. The emphasis at the end of the lines with that wood block or snare that I'm talking about. There's that sort of awe and like mysterious feeling in the pre-chorus that I love. And then I just love how the build up here with the drum kits, like it just feels like we're going into the fray, we're going into the fight. We're like, what? We can go down. Man, the distorting of the bass is everything. Okay, I'm waiting for that BAP Warrior feel that I got. Just this part right here. Whether it's that like instrumental break slash interlude that's going on here, but like, wow, I love how this part too, like during this dance break, right? It doesn't take away any of the tension that's being felt in this, or the aggressiveness or feel, and also the pacing of the song. It continues it. It maintains it with these very sharp horns, and this is how you use horns, ladies and gentlemen. This is how you use horns properly. Like, you don't have to have it constantly blaring throughout the entirety of a song. You could have it during a dance break. And then, oh my goodness, the turn here. Don't even get me started. And then, come on. Just when I thought, like, this the song wouldn't, like, it has its peak there. This bridge, right? I believe this bridge. This bridge, I'm like, I feel like I'm in a completely different song because, like, it feels like a whole complete genre change. Notice this. You literally hear no rock elements in this at all. You're hearing essentially that flute or woodwind instruments with the piano here. So this storyline, like, there's those flashbacks of him as a child, you know. I'm sort of getting what's putting down in this storyline, or this has to be him, Junho himself, right? Or one of the other, yeah, it looks like Junho himself. And then, like, there's like a capture and overtake of the city or the world that's going on, you know. Explosion of the cat. And then literally, just when I thought, you know, it was gonna get better to end it off, like, it could have straight up ended like here. The peak could have been earlier in this song, but we got a dance break. Just the finale, this bass hunter kind of influence going on, super heavy with it, and dun 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 dun. And then it's just a complete overtake by Junho now. Now he's the leader to follow. Drippin is, I believe, the people to follow. You know, they are the leaders now of this city. That's what I'm getting, you know, but I don't know. It's hard for me to keep up with lore storyline throughout all my favorite groups and stuff and artists that I follow. But Drippin sure came through with, like, the song of the year type material song. What's even more crazy is that I checked out Wonho's Crazy before this, and it just seems like all my favorite artists, groups, soloists, and such are not missing at all. Like, Drippin, they leveled up. They leveled it up for a whole new level and a half. Like I mentioned, really truly setting the bar, and it's gonna be hard for them to top themselves with this one. Like, this is the type of release by like that I would think, similarly to my other artists and groups that I love and follow, that is, like, it's gonna take time for me to get over it and be so attached with it until I'm like, is this this new song that just came out gonna top this favorite song that I have, which is Zero now? We shall see. I don't know. I'm not gonna think about that too forward. I'm just gonna simply enjoy the song for what it is, and I'm glad that this song just is so all out with it. It is so grand with it. I love the production of it, the storyline that's going on, the vocal work, the great balance between the vocal work and the rap work, and most importantly, the maturity has upped with Zero. Like, it has, don't get me wrong, it has upped, like, earlier on, but, like, it just seems like, you know, when Golden Child ups their maturity, like, in terms of sound and, like, a concept, they, like, started, you know, pop off, like, pop off. And Drippin with this Zero, I'm sure this is gonna get more people into Drippin, hands down. But like I said, you know, hopefully this gains even more attraction, and also hopefully more people feel the same way that I do. And also, of course, it seems like the artist coming from Willem very reliant on Willem's marketing. So hopefully they really up the marketing, because this deserves even more love, even though it's already shown 2.8 million views at the time of filming this on the 16th of June here for this reaction and review. But as always, guys, be sure to like, share, and maybe subscribe, as it helps with the channel so much. I am so in shambles right now, and I feel like like there's so many spurts of moments where like, yeah, this is my bias, and then it's like, this is the moment where like, I can't pick a bias. It's hard in Drippin. It truly is with each and every release that's coming out from them. But I'm so glad to see them back in this lovely month of June. But take care as always, guys. Have a great day. Have a good night. Have a good afternoon. This has been Garrison, as always. Though, until next time when I do a whole album review to Drippin or any other Willem artist review and such, gonna have to do some catching up, the likes of Unbi's albums, of course, as well. But take care and peace.